Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, Giants fan? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Jules. John is out sick, or he's getting married again, one or the other. Jules, you got like
another bachelor party.
yeah, another bachelor party he's at for his second one. Jules got something on your if you guys are watching on YouTube, Jules, you guys, where is Batman as your name? What is that? What does that mean?
That's a foreshadowing for some opinions that I'm going to use later in tonight's podcast. All right. So yes, where is Batman is going to be a big feature point at a little later on in this podcast. But that is definitely some foreshadowing of what's to come.
We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Quick recap. I almost had a heart attack watching the game. Obviously, we're down 20-0, and it was 60-0. We had one fucking point on offense. I wanted to cry. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then all of a sudden, second half, it looked like Dable might have took over the play calling, and then shit just fucking magically changed. It was nuts. It opened up the floodgates, and I kept telling you guys something's gonna happen at halftime and turn around. It was plus 900 on the Giants money line. I kept telling you guys, bet it, bet it, bet it, and sure enough, it hit.
So real quick with that, are you at least taking 20% of what you want off of that and maybe putting it on the Giants to win tomorrow night?
Oh, there's more than 20% on that fucking bet your ass.
I figured as much. We'll get to that when we do the pig segment for sure.
Oh, damn.
But no, you're right. Listen, dude, you know what? At halftime, I was sitting there. I didn't know what to do with myself. I took my jersey, threw it across the fucking apartment. I was like, fuck this shit. I started drinking heavy. I was getting at it. I was like, this is ridiculous. Because if you even think about it, at that point, I think it was we were outscored 97-7 over the last like fucking 10 quarters or something crazy like that.
Okay. That's nuts. That's nuts.
That's just insane. So I'd say, all right, fuck it. At that point in time, I was like, whatever. And then the third quarter happened. Whether or not it was Dable called plays or them finally just taking the fucking, letting Daniel Jones loose, I don't fucking know. It was just crazy. There was just a lot of shit that just took off, and it looked like a night and day. It really did. It was like, where the fuck has this team been? And again, I'm not going to get too crazy. It was Arizona. It was one half. I don't know what to expect for it. And we got a big test coming up on tomorrow night. So, it is what it is. We got to take it. We're at 1-1.
W.
That's it. And the reality is this too. You know what? We're at 1-1, right? Regardless, if anyone would have looked at it prior to the last couple of weeks and just said, hey, going into Thursday night in San Francisco, the Giants are 1-1, we would have signed up for that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, a couple guys would have wanted to be 2-0, but everybody would have been like, cool, we're 1-1. Let's go. That's it. So it doesn't matter how we got there. Doesn't matter what that one loss looked like or what that one win looked like. We're at 1-1.
It's all numbers. It's all in the book. It's 1-1.
2 weeks into the season, here we go.
Right. Moving on to San Fran, and San Fran heavy favorite tomorrow night, 10.5 point favorites. Don't take San Fran in your money line. I know we got some injuries, but our offensive line played pretty well, and we're gonna have pretty much the starting offensive line going against San Fran. Azuzu as the left tackle, right? Glowinowski, which he looked better at left guard for some crazy reason. The rookie, fantastic. And then Neal looked good. He had a great
better
block rate. Looked better. He looked a lot better. And don't forget McKethan. Marcus, he's playing really good at right guard. I think he's he was injured last year. I think a lot of people forgot about him. And he played really well. And the Giants, while they were out in Arizona, had Justin Pugh in for a workout at guard. So he could be a possibility. Like I said last week with the veteran presence, maybe he comes and plays because we're going to need that offensive line tomorrow night for sure against Wilson and company. No doubt about it.
Well, you know what's great about that is if I see the same offensive line play like we did against Arizona, and I get it, different front, different pass rush. It's going to be, if you want to do any kind of comparison, the attack is going to be similar to what we saw on Sunday night with Dallas, and it would be on Sunday afternoon with Arizona. Yeah. I get that. But what I did see differently was the way that they were blocking. And it wasn't this just straight up hat on hat type of thing. They were pulling guys. There was times where I saw JMS, he didn't have a guy because they did a stunt, and that man Jackfield looking to fucking put a hat on somebody. You know what I mean? Like that dude's a baller, by the
Yeah,
way.
right. He is
All right. Holy shit. When Andrew Thomas is 100% and JMS is in there and everything else, bro, we got 2 studs ready on the offensive line. All right.
Right.
Where that kind of takes some pressure off of Evan Neal. Evan Neal doesn't have to be that stud. If he ends up being the 3rd best guy on that offensive line, that's going to be saying a lot. And he's going to get the job done because he definitely looked better from week 1 to week 2. His biggest thing, his run blocking is fine. His biggest thing is that pass protection. For whatever reason, he just can't get off the ball right. He can't do that drop step to really get out there and take on some of these NFL pass rushers that have speed. Mm-hmm. And that's what his problem is. Now, you could work on that. That's mechanics. That's just getting off the ball a little bit better, taking a little bit better of a drop step. There is some hope there. I don't think he is a bust. I don't think he's Eric Flowers, you know? I think people need to get off of that for a little bit. I think we're going to see him be better. Is he going to be Andrew Thomas? Absolutely not. He's not. But he doesn't have to be, okay? Because, this is where we're going to kind of go into that, right? Because here we go. If anything, Andrew Thomas is Batman. And all we need Evan Neal to be is Robin, okay?
Oh, there we go.
That's just the start of it, okay? That's just the start of things. Because when we get to the other side of the ball, it's going to be a lot more fucking emphasized. Yeah. But that's the reality there, right? Okay. And I liked what I saw simply because guys were moving around. The line was moving around. They were helping each other out. They were pulling. They were letting Daniels roll out. You had protection there. It looked a lot better. And if they can play like that on Thursday, I'm not saying we're going to go in and beat San Francisco in San Francisco on short rest, but at least it won't look like it did against Dallas on Sunday night. And that's what's positive I can see there.
I got a question. Why do people think, I think this is a narrative going around it as far as football goes. Why do people think like if a player is not that great at left tackle, he could just go to left guard and be amazing? Why do people have that opinion? Like I've seen that a lot on social media because it made me think, because the way like Isuzu is playing on left tackle, he looked better at left tackle than he's been at left guard at certain times. Just him playing that last week, I kind of noticed. I don't know if other people noticed it, but I don't know if he, I guess, plays better at guard. And when Andrew Thomas comes back, or if Neal don't look so great, and Isuzu goes over there, did we just find another tackle by accident? I don't know.
Well, listen, I'm sorry, and I said that this may happen, right? Because I was in the middle of a process when we do Wednesday nights and we're in football season and have fantasy football drafts. Now, one of my bigger drafts has a blind bid that goes off at 10 o'clock on Wednesday night. So that means by 10:01 every Wednesday night, we know who bid on what, right? And for all you fantasy people out there, we know that possibly Jerome Ford was going to be one of the big
number
names
one
being drafted. He's a waiver wire. A lot of people put money on. You put him in our league. You put a big pot on him. Whatever else, right?
How much did you bid? How much did you bid on him? I went 77 out of 100.
I put like 50, 60 on him. I'm not going to lie. And that was before, that was before the signing of Kareem Hunt. Okay?
Right.
So
me too.
Let's put that out there real quick. That was before Kareem Hunt got signed. Okay? So now I'm in this other league. I have other guys like we know, guys that are in the league with us, Conrad being one of them. Yep. And this is what caught me completely off guard because he maxed the fuck out, dude. So we had $100 buy bid. And he had 94.80 left, and he put it on him, and he got him.
Wow. Fucking, I knew it. I know he did. Conrad did that in our league when Kenneth Walker the third was going to be the starter for Seattle, and then he went 100. I think he went all 100 on him. I'm like, holy shit, he really wanted this guy. But I tell you, it's a smart move. If you know a guy's going to hit like that, and I think this kid on Cleveland, the way he ran the ball the other night, he looked good for it. He really did. And don't forget, Kareem Hunt, he was declining. He's going to come probably be like, reliever here and there. He's not going to start. There's going to be Ford's job to lose. Let's just say that.
Listen, I'm laughing my ass off on it because he happens to be one of those fantasy guys that takes it way too serious, talks so much shit. Monday morning, my phone is blowing up with him talking shit from Sunday night, Tuesday morning into this shit. So to see him shoot his whole fucking thing on this one guy is actually fucking hilarious.
Fantasy genius.
It's caught me off guard so much that I haven't even seen if I got anybody else.
I wonder.
I've been so distracted. I had to interrupt our podcast to address this issue because I'm so fucked up in the head right now. I don't even know what to think anymore. And son of a bitch, I thought I was going to get tanked down. I put 7.25 on him. He went for 8.62. Motherfucker.
No way.
$1.50 more. I would have had him. That's
wow.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things out there that I might have to just keep an eye on, but like
I like
honestly,
the
no one
bidding.
dropped anything significant at this point. I mean, Elijah Moore got dropped. It's interesting. Maybe I'd fucking take a flyer on him, but at the
Eh,
moment, I don't really see anything I
uh,
need to like dive in and go after. I mean, that just blew my head for a second there. But
yeah. I got
getting back
Tony
to
Jones
football,
Jr. I got Tony Jones Jr. as a free
oh,
agent, one of my other drafts, though, because Kamara's out, not back yet, and what's the name went down with a hamstring, so that might be something if
and
you need a running back.
I'm also trying to pull up one other thing here. Just give me 1 second here because it'll kind of tie in where there has been a major injury every Monday night. And when I say major, I mean almost career threatening type of injury on the last 3 Monday night games going back to last year. And if we
Really?
go back to last year, it was the Bengals against the Bills on that. That was the last Monday night game of the year. And that's when
All
the
right.
whole thing with Lamar happened, right?
Yeah.
And the guy fucking literally died on the field for 15 seconds. And thank God he's back to life. He's healthy, he's playing, he's whatever, right? And he's good to
That's
go.
great.
But that was literally the last Monday night game. Fast forward to this season, and you have fucking Aaron Rodgers blow out his fucking Achilles week
Right.
1 on Monday night. And then we go week 2, and it follows up with Nick Chubb fucking
Wow.
destroying his knee to
That's
a point
great.
where shit, obviously we're gonna hear more about him. And I hope the guy's all right. He's a good dude, good fantasy player, good
Yeah,
player all
right.
around. There's nothing bad you can say about Nick Chubb, and it's a shame because he might even have structural damage. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
like
right.
they're saying you might have to go for 2 operations. Usually if you have a meniscus and an ACL or MCL and what, usually they could get that kind of figured out in one type of major operation. It's done. You rehab, you're
Yeah.
back in like maybe a year and a half, right? But if it's structural damage, man, that's
Right.
scary. That's really scary. So
That's
all this
wild.
talk about drafting forward and all this kind of shit, it's weird, man. And as we get into it,
I don't
isn't
want the
this
Giants to play on Monday night now.
well, I mean, but like the thing is, but and here's where like I hope I'm not fucking putting any jinx on anyone. But this coming Monday night is another doubleheader. Right? Why they're doing that, I have no
I
fucking
know.
idea.
I know.
But the
Stupid.
Eagles are playing. All right, and then it's the Rams and the Bengals. So we
Okay.
shall see.
All right.
We
I don't want
shall
to put
see.
any.
All
Right.
right.
We're not room for that. Listen,
Yeah.
we're sorry. I know we have our own injuries already, but hey, listen, if our offensive line, getting back to that, we might actually have some good depth. It looks like we did pick the right guys. It looks like we have depth. And I think like after week 1, I think that was definitely like an overreaction. I tell you what, the whole narrative could change that. Now, if we beat San Fran, then all of a sudden people are going to be talking, are the Giants for real? Are they Super Bowl contenders? Because don't forget, San Fran, they played like week 1, they played a shitty Pittsburgh team that they just look like shit. They really do on offense. They got lucky against Cleveland the other night. But, then they played like the Rams. All right, the Rams, they could pass. So you could see them put points up on them. They had the lead for a second, I think, in that game. The Rams against San Fran. And now on a short week, San Fran got to play us. And listen, I just hope like we play okay in the run game because it seems like people have been running on us. Like Connor had 100 yards. I worry about that. I don't worry about Brock Purdy passing against our defense. If we stop the run for the first time, McCaffrey, it's going to be hard, I know. But if we actually just contain him a little bit, maybe we will have a shot.
I mean, listen, anybody's got a shot any day of the week, right? That's what the NFL, any given Sunday, right? That's their fucking motto. We know it. We've
Any
seen
given
upsets
Thursday.
all the time. We've seen it a million times, right? It happens, right? A couple of things I don't like is the fact that New York didn't go back home. Now, I said last week it was good to get the fuck out of New York, but now we're just on the road too many times here. So I don't know how that's going to affect them, right? That's going to be a little bit weird. We don't have Andrew Thomas. We don't have Saquon Barkley. I think Ojolari is out as well. So
Yeah, he's out.
we're missing a couple of key players right there. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. What I would like to see from this game moving forward is the same sort of play from that offensive line. Might not be as crisp or as good, but I want to see the guys checking down, moving out of plays. JMS, there's no one on the block. He's in the fucking backfield looking to put a hat on somebody. That's what I want to see. I want to see Daniel Jones throw the ball a little bit more. We don't have Barkley. You're the $40 million guy. Spotlight's on you. Let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jalen Hyatt a little bit more involved. The kid looked good, Mike.
He did.
He came out. We burned him on an opening play to start the third quarter, right? And then all of a sudden, he got a one-on-one situation, and Jones had no fucking problem throwing the kid the ball, right? Get him the fucking ball. I mean, you looked around the
coming.
league.
Earlier in the game, you seen him like run down the field. He was getting open earlier in the game, and they finally seen it. and they picked up on it right away. Like they looked at the film right away. They noticed. Yeah, you're right. First play of the third quarter changed the complexion
Right.
of the game.
Changed everything. Momentum, everything changed. The whole fucking dynamic of that offense changed
He
on
can
that
play.
one play. And that's what this kid is. And look around the fucking league this year. Sure, there's still a couple of guys that are quiet, but look at what Zay Flowers is doing in Baltimore. Rookie, he's becoming Lamar Jackson's number one guy. Look what Puka Nuka did. Yeah, Puka fucking
Puka
Nuka.
Nuka. Who
With
knew?
16 other wide receivers drafted over him, okay? And
Right.
he's taking in that Cooper Cup role for the Rams, who the 49ers just played, and he fucking lit up the 49ers. All
Yeah.
right. You have
Yeah.
Jordan Addison in Minnesota. Like it keeps going on and on. Tank Dell, which we just talked about with the fantasy shit, he had a big week down in Houston. Throw these fucking young guys the ball. They're ready to play. These guys can come in and play. St. Brown did it in his rookie year. Justin Jefferson did it in his rookie year. These guys can ball, man. You don't have to make everything through Hyatt, but you don't have Barkley. These dudes need to step up. And let me tell you something. I've seen a lot more out of Hyatt in these two games than I did out of fucking Paris Campbell. So what's up, Giants? For real. Like enough with this shit. Let the fucking kid ball out, man. For real, for real. Let's see what happens on Thursday. That's what I keep saying in regards to that. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this momentum that we saw with the way the line played and the trust that Daniel Jones had in Jalen Hyatt and the way that Jones played, man. Jones balled the fuck out in that second half, all right? If he can ball out like that, this is going to be a fucking interesting fucking season, man. It's going to be fun. And we're going to have something to pay back with fucking Dallas, for sure.
I can't believe it, man. I just can't believe the way they really came back. Because our season was so close to being over. So it's just like what just like a relief, and it gives us hope going into like another primetime game, a Thursday night game tomorrow night, where we could be like, hey, maybe we do got a chance. Maybe we have turned this. Don't forget, like we were everybody's darling last year. Our offense looked better. Dable's fucking team is a great coach. That didn't really change, that much. I think in New York, everybody overreacts because obviously the NFL's week to week. So hey, listen, maybe if we hold our own tomorrow, that offensive line holds their own, man, we could be have a nice Thursday night and Friday morning, waking up for work, man. I'll be pumped. So that's for sure.
Listen, like I said, as long as the offense plays like it did in that second half, win or lose, and they play like that, I'll walk away I'll wake up Friday morning happy as fuck. Period, and that's it. I don't give a shit. If I see what I saw against Dallas, then I'm gonna be really hurt. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I need to see this week coming.
Will you be happy with KT if he continues to talk shit about the fans?
Oh, okay. So we're done with the offense. It's time to flip to the other side of the ball. And, I said it was foreshadowing if I say where is Batman, and then I said that Andrew Thomas is Batman on the offensive line, and he needs his Robin, which could be JMS, but we're hoping that it might be Evan Neal, right? Okay, let's flip the book in defense. Let's go, Mike. Do you have an audio, or do you have the quote for us as to what exactly, which I'm sure most Giants fans have heard in one form or another, whether it's paraphrased or you saw it on Twitter or you saw it on social media. I think we all know what Thibs came out and said. Mike, do you have that, or do we need to paraphrase it? Look, I know most people at this point in time know what was said, but it is good to kind of dissect it. I know we have some very we're very opinionated on this matter. I think you might be looking at things one way, and I'm definitely going to be looking at things in a different way, but not the way that Thibs has pointed out that most fans start looking at this type of shit.
Well, what did he say exactly? He was just like saying like they didn't really have our back. Is that what it was?
So it was more the way I interpreted it, right? And I guess that's going to kind of be the best way to kind of put it, because you could look at it in different ways, of course, right? But like the way I interpreted it was sort of, he could have said it. I'm hoping he meant it this way, but the way it came out was this way. How about that? All right, there we go. That's the best way to say it. He basically said that, you know what, we had fans that were out there booing us after the performance in the first half, right? And you could take those same fans, and if I go out and I have a strong second half and I get sacked and I do shit, they're going to be the ones cheering and wearing my jersey. At the end of the day, none of them matter. None of them matter. All that matters is everyone in my locker room. That's all that matters.
Right.
And I got to put focus on that. So,
I like that comment. Jules, I like it. You know why I like it? I know you'd hate it. I know a lot of people hate it because I was going after the fans, but I like it because of what I see out there in the cesspool of Giants Twitter. Sometimes you get the same list of characters, BT Giants, that guy Mike, Obed. You see the same clowns on Giants Twitter. We all know them because we love to hate them. They're just fucking assholes. Like KT pretty much called them like social media GMs. They're out there just for the stat line, but they don't really understand the game. Where there's other aspects to it where maybe Aziz being out kind of hurt him being able to rush the passer, and there's a lot that goes into it. So I actually have KT's back on this because just the fact that I've met so many Giant fans that are total assholes, bro. And sometimes you watch the games on TV, like we were all watching the Monday night game. Look how the Pittsburgh Steelers fans were going crazy, waving the fucking towels, the terrible fucking towels. They were loud, and a lot of times you watch Giant games, and these fucking people that go there, they're not fucking loud, and
Well,
they're assholes.
they've been getting louder. The last couple of seasons hasn't been the case, at least not the last, year and a half, let's say, right? Give or take. But the thing with this is that I get what you're saying, and I hope that that's what it was, but there's different ways to say it, right? And if that was his true intention, then all you have to say is, look, I don't pay attention to when there's negativity that's being, said by the fans about me. I need to pay attention to my teammates because it's all about the team. You see, now when you say it that way, you're not really attacking the fans. You're not telling them that, like, basically, like, I don't need you. I'm shutting you out. I need to, like, defend my fucking team. And I need to defend my persona, and I'm good to go. You could say what you mean, just say it a little differently, right? Like if he said, "Look, I shut that shit out. I don't pay attention to it. You know what?
Go
If they're
that
gonna
route.
boo me, if they're gonna cheer me, it is what it is. I got to do what's right for the team. That's it. Now you're taking a huge stand, and you put the team in front of you. He didn't do that. He just said that the guys around me are more important
I
than
know.
everything else. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's a play on words, but like that's what stirred up a lot of these Giants fans that were pissed at him because, dude, let's face it, like you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. Like you did nothing. You didn't even have a pressure. You didn't have a quarterback knockdown. You didn't fucking have a tackle. Tackle.
The
Come
optics
on,
look.
dude. How much
Yeah.
fucking scheming could be going on? You don't even have a tackle. Dude, there was so many times because I could see that he wasn't playing that good of a game. And when we're making this comeback and the defense is playing better and other guys are making plays, I'm looking and it's not like I looked and he's getting double teamed. Or I looked and the plays like this. Sure, there was a few plays that went on the opposite field. That's just design. It's gonna happen. Happens to fucking everyone. Happens to the best in the league, right? But there was so many times on pass plays, especially when the game got tight and Arizona was forced to just step back and play, and they couldn't just run the ball kind of like they were doing earlier on. He was getting fucking blocked one-on-one, and not just by the left tackle, right? Because I don't want to take anything away from him and say, oh, well, they had their best tackle on him. But can you name any of the fucking tackles for Arizona? It's not like they got one of the big league Pro Bowl guys on their
I know.
team.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was just their left guy. The right tackle handled them too. So, is Wink hiding this inability to rush the passer? That he's hiding him by making him play the run better, making him drop back in coverage? I don't know. And that's what the fucking problem starting to become.
Is anybody on the Giants front, like, have they been really rushing the passer well? Anybody?
Oh, here's the
Not,
point now.
you know what I mean? It's not like I mean, I thought Simmons was supposed to be the guy to rush the quarterback. I mean, Dexter Lawrence, sure, he gets in the backfield, but it's not exactly like a lot of sacks. It's like more stuff for the run, Leonard Williams stuff for the run. But these guys aren't getting in the backfield as quick as like you would want them to. That's why I feel bad. I think they got to bring more blitzes from the linebacker position to help that out. But maybe we just don't have the talent at linebacker yet, really. Like, and I mean, Simmons only played 13 snaps or whatever.
Yeah, he's got to get more involved. But that, listen,
I get that.
He got here early enough, but he didn't get here early enough. You got to give him, by Monday night in Seattle. Sorry, when we're home against Seattle on Monday night, let's see what Simmons could do at that point in time. That should give him enough time to really be, implemented into this defense.
I don't think a lot of people get that though. A lot of people just, why you need to only play 13? I mean, it's a lot that goes into that too. Like you gotta understand the playbook.
Yeah. He's
got to just wander around on an island. You just can't tell him to go rush. He has assignments. You know what I mean?
Pick a guy and go after that guy. That's all you got to know.
Yeah, it's like you got, yeah. So yeah,
So here's my point, though, Mike,
tell me.
and here's where I think it's like this is what creates this sort of divide, if you would, where why hasn't Dibbs really truly up until this week gotten the pressure and the hate that Evan Neal's gotten, that Daniel Jones has gotten, right? No, it's like the Neal's fucking top guy. And that dude gets fucking destroyed every fucking week. Andrew Thomas got ridden for a fucking year and a half, right?
Yeah, right.
Look, why doesn't he? Because I'm gonna tell you, all right, and this is my thing. And here we go. Where is Batman? Right? Oh, here we come. It's coming now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody has a Batman and a Robin when you're on this fucking type of teams, right? Look, the great Carl Banks, who's been defending him so hard. He's been defending Dibbs hard. And I love Carl Banks. He's awesome. He reaches out to the fans to this day. Guy does so much for the Giants. He's a commentator. He's a great fucking dude. He's involved on fucking Twitter X, whatever
Yeah,
you call
he
it.
really is.
He's fucking awesome. But I got to disagree with him a little bit on this. And I got to go as far to say this. As great as a fucking player Carl Banks was, end of the day, he wasn't Batman. He was fucking Robin. He had Lawrence Taylor there. Still a great fucking player, one of the best of all time, no doubt. But dude was still Robin. Look, if you follow the comics that strong, Robin's not a diss. It's not. Robin was a badass on his fucking own, right? You know what I'm saying? But like everybody puts this whole notion in of Batman and Robin being like, oh, Robin's just like second fiddle type dude. No, Robin was a motherfucking badass. He just wasn't Batman. You feel me? Look at Jordan and Pippen, right? Pippen fucking
was nasty.
great.
Yeah,
he was
but
one of the best NBA players, right? But he wasn't Jordan, right? You could even go with the hockey, right? Messier played with Gretzky. He wasn't Gretzky. I know people like to argue it. They like to say Messier could be better. I get it. But
so we don't have one.
Not Gretzky, right?
We don't have a Batman. I mean,
we don't have Batman. And that's the fucking problem. Dibbs might be Robin. He ain't fucking Batman.
And I love Dex. I love Dex, but we're talking about edge rushers. We're talking about guys that get to the quarterback. That's part of their game. I don't care if it's edge, linebacker, wherever they fucking play. But yeah, it's right. Like I think we are missing that guy on defense. And I mean, listen, I love our corners. Our corners play great. I'm glad we got Simmons.
Trey Hawkins was amazing.
I mean, great. It's great.
Fucking amazing. All right. Like
we need some kind of like they can't just blitz all the time. We need some pressure, man. We need pressure.
That's the fucking point. Let's go to Monday night real fast with because especially I heard it quite often with the Steelers and the Browns game. There was so many times that not only was Kenny Pickett pressured, but Deshaun Watson was. And you could hear them. You could hear Trey. Oh, they only rushed 4 guys. And they only rushed 4 guys. And they only
right. Yeah.
Let's go back to the Giants, right? I touched on this last week ago after the Dallas game. I said that we're missing that Strahan. We're missing that OCU Manura. We're missing the Justin Tuck. We're missing that guy. Think about it. When we beat Brady in those 2 Super Bowls, we mainly rushed 4 dudes. When we blitzed, they didn't know what the fuck to do.
Right.
Because we were getting at them with the 4-on-5, man. And we don't have it. Dibbs might still be a really good NFL player. I'm not like that. But do I think he's Batman? Absolutely not. He's not. He's not the guy. And what sits in the back of every Giants fans' heads, whether or not they want to admit it, whether they'll fucking come out and they just want to argue against me.
LT.
No one is going to let it go. But we could have had Micah Parsons. Fucking period. Stop. Drop the fucking mic. Guess what, Dibbs? You are going to be compared to him for the rest of your fucking career. Deal with it, Dick. You have to.
It's a shame.
You just have to. We could have had him, and we got you and Evan Neal instead. Period, bro.
I know.
Period. He's not that guy. That's it. So there's so much hope and expectation for him. And it's not there. It's not. I'm sorry. I don't see it. He doesn't fucking do anything, man. He doesn't. Not like that. Not on that level. Listen, you line up another guy on the other end, because Ojulari, I'm at my wits with him. He ain't the guy either. He just can't stay on the field. He's always fucking hurt. You get maybe 5 games out of him a year. When he's on the field, he's great, but that's it. Bro, Dibbs is just unfortunately not that guy. And look, I don't think he's going to be that guy. Could he prove me wrong? Sure. Because again, like I'm saying, I'm not saying he's going to have a bad NFL career. I'm not saying he's going to complete fucking bust. He's just not going to be back.
He's not even at 20 games yet. So listen, of course, we're going to give him the benefit.
If you include the playoffs, he's at it.
But of course, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But when you see guys like come in like premier type guys like Jules, like I know you're talking about, like the Boses, the Meek, they do it pretty much from the get go, and you just know they're special. It sucks we could have had fucking Meek. It really does because they called him, Lawrence Taylor too. You know what I mean? Like just the way he rushes and gets at the quarterback. That dude is unblockable. Like I watched what Dallas's front did the other day to the Jets. It's no fluke, man. It's a combination. Like, all right, Giants offensive line, they had a bad night. All right, they weren't ready for it. So they got to get ready for that kind of pass rush because they're going to see them again. But I tell you, this San Fran pass rush, you're right. It's next in line. If they took anything out that Dallas game, hopefully they'd be like, hey, we better not just get shell shocked. We better fucking have our assignments. We better know, who we're helping. Better communication. They better be ready for it.
Yeah.
And listen, it'll be a telltale sign because if they're not ready for it and they have another fucking episode like they did against Dallas, I mean, coaches' jobs could be on the line. You know what I mean? So I mean, we'll
totally agree there. Totally agree. And like I said, it just goes back. It's like, if Thibs has to realize that he may not want it, but he has been pushed into having to be that guy, and he's not. And you're going to get criticized for it because you're going up versus that premier pass rusher, just like when a quarterback goes against another quarterback, right? When the AFC Championship game happened last year, it was Burrow versus fucking Mahomes, right? You didn't talk about anything else. You talked about that matchup. It's the same thing when you have two fucking really good pass rushers going against it, right? You could even say like fucking Myles Garrett and fucking TJ Watt on Monday night, right? That's all you heard about was those two names like crazy. Right? The other guys that stepped up, they helped out. They have their Robbins and all that other shit.
The other guys.
That was what it is. And like I said, like Dibs has got to fucking just shut everything down with that and either realize that he isn't that guy, but he's still good. Or I don't know, man. Maybe fucking just go ball out crazy and try to be that fucking dude and make some mistakes or something. I don't fucking know. But like that's what the issue is with him and his defense right now. Because the only time we get pressure is when we blitz. And you can't rely on just blitzing because you will get exposed. After a while, offensive coordinators will figure out how to counter that blitz. And then, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to mix and match. I still like what Wink does. I'm a big fan of him. I love the fact that he blitzes more than he doesn't. I'm still all with that. But, like, there's got to be times where Wink doesn't have to fucking blitz to get pressure on that quarterback. And that's what the biggest call out is with this. It is, man. It's just something needs to happen. Either that or next year, that's what we're looking at. Because when you see guys that we could have had Jermaine Johnson. He looks pretty fucking good with the Jets. I'm not going to lie. And he went like fucking in the 20s. Okay. You know what I mean? When you got guys that are fucking looking better than you that got picked fucking round, like, much later in a round than you have. Well, you got to own that shit, man. That's what it is. Being a top pick playing in fucking New York, dude. I'm sorry, man, but that's my feels to him.
All right, listen, it's telling him. We're gonna find out, what he's made of again tomorrow night for the Thursday night game at 8:00. Don't take San Fran in your pick yet. Don't take him in the survivor pool. Big upset. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and as soon as we come back, we'll run through the picks, and hopefully we better than what we did last week. We'll be right back. All right, we are back on the BBO NYG podcast. That's the Big Blue Offensive Podcast. Jules, last week we were pretty bad that if we bet the opposite of what we picked, we could have hit a nasty parlay of like 12 games where $100 could have paid us like $500,000.
I'm pretty sure I was on about like 4 of those picks that I completely disagree with you guys, right? So
all right, it was just fair. It was bad. It was really, really bad either way, but hopefully this is the time we do it right and pick every game correct. So
listen, I did miss with Detroit in my survivor pool, but thank God the buyback rules I brought back. And look, you know what? When you look at it, I took Washington week 1 and Detroit week 2. It's a pretty fucking good way to start a survivor pick. And I'm leaning towards taking Jacksonville this week.
You know what
I mean? You get those 3 teams out of the way, and you still got like the big 5-6 left. You're in good position. You're in pretty good position.
That's not a bad strategy, but
I
don't know. I tell you, like that Seattle game, I thought a lot of people got knocked out of mine that had the Lions too. But you would figure, like, all right, Seattle's without both their tackles, and you would think they would just get demolished in Detroit. Just funny how football just works. You just never know. You just probably just better off flipping a coin, but we're gonna try it anyway. The first game is the Thursday night game. Big Blue Giants are getting 10.5 points.
I mean, obviously, we always go this way. So what difference does it make? You take the points here.
Always take the points,
Take the
especially in a
points.
short week.
Take the points. I mean, look, could the Giants lose 24-10? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like that's a possibility. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and say that just because we saw what we saw in the second half is definitely gonna happen this week, and we're gonna come out and it's gonna be a 34-27 game. Quick note though, shit, and I forgot the exact stat. However, but I believe let's just say we played the 49ers 42 times, like ever.
Yep.
It's 21-21.
Oh, perfect, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
So just throwing that one out there just for shit. So winner will take the advantage in the series, regardless of the exact numbers. You can Google that shit. It doesn't matter. That was the point of what it is. So we're going with the Giants on Thursday night. What else will we be doing? It's the Big Blue Offensive Podcast. Like and subscribe, please. We like some of that. We like the feedback. We like all of it. Thank you very much for the support. But going on, let's get to Sunday now.
Well, here's Sunday 1:00 games. There's 9 1:00 games this week. And the first one is
wasn't there a London game?
I haven't. No, that's next week.
It's next week. Okay.
Yeah, it has a London game with the Toy Story being on being like little characters live football game. It's some crazy fucking I don't know, Nickelodeon type bullshit.
I'm actually almost tempted to see what that is.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it too. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it like it's like a shitty game too? I think it's like Jacksonville, and I don't even know.
Yeah, Jacksonville gets another. Yeah, probably Indy or some bullshit. Yeah,
I think it is Indianapolis. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you 2 seconds.
So
yeah, no, wait, no, it's actually no next week, right? Yeah, so it's the Falcons.
Oh yeah, that's even.
I wonder why they're doing Toy Story for them.
So that's coming.
They're trying to make that game more fucking more likable, I guess. I don't know.
Either way, they're gonna get kids gambling now. Little fucking 5-year-olds that watch that shit.
They know what they're doing in the NFL. Those bastards.
Yeah, they fucking got us. All right. So the first game on the 1:00 games is the Baltimore Ravens. They're at home against Indy, and Baltimore's -7.5. Indy will be starting Gardner Minshew. For some reason, you just hate betting against that asshole.
I agree with you there a little bit. I do. I know because like he comes up big for these type of games
at the end of games when they're down when they're up 14 and this fucking guy makes a fucking late touchdown because nobody gives a fuck. He ruins games like that. I've seen it happen.
I still think that the Ravens need to win this game. They need to make a statement. They need to put the pressure on Cincinnati and the rest of that division. Especially with the way that it ended on Monday night. That the Browns didn't get that win and go to 2-0. They could take really full command of that division at home. It's fucking Gardner Minshew. He's backing up a rookie right now. Like, I know he's got that flair. I know he's like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, if you would, right? Except that he didn't have as much of a starting career as Fitzpatrick did. Fitzpatrick might be a hair better, but he's got that kind of spunk to him. But I got like the Ravens, man, definitely.
Yeah, I don't trust fucking Indianapolis. All right, next game. Miami's at home. They're -6.5 against the Broncos. Broncos been playing some close games, huh? And they can score points. Their defense is playing like shit. That's a shocker.
It's weird, but then again, they gave up 17 points to Vegas on week 1. And then what did Washington put up? Like, they put up a whole lot of points
or some shit.
Oh, they did? All right.
It was pretty high.
I wasn't paying attention to that game. There was a lot more going on at 4:00 last week.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's just great.
I kind of lost sight of that game a little bit, to be fair there.
I get it.
I get where you're going there. I mean, can Sean Payton's ever really start off 0-3? Are the Dolphins really 3-0? Is Tua Tagovailoa really a fucking MVP? Because right now, if the season ended, they're saying he's the MVP.
It's in Miami.
It's buying that hype. Buying that hype.
I don't know. That's a tough. I got to take the points though.
I think I do take the points. I'm okay with going with the Broncos this week. I just think that there's just too much going on where Sean Payton, he's got Russell playing better. I think they can at least keep it close.
I think it'd be a close game. All right, New England is playing the Jets in New York. New England's 2.5-point favorite over the Jets. I think the Jets, their defense, I think it keeps them in the game. I actually think they win.
Yeah, I gotta disagree there. 22 straight. Or 23.
That's crazy.
22 straight fucking wins for the Patriots over the Jets. They are their
they got a
kryptonite. They're their
great.
Achilles heel. Zach Wilson is trash.
I don't
Okay,
think New England's that great.
what do you mean? They went toe to toe with the Eagles, and they were fucking in that game against Miami the whole game. They lost in the end. You know
I
what I
think they
mean? Like
cheat somehow. Yeah, you're
maybe.
right. They were close. Yeah, I
You
guess.
know? What? Wait, New England's gonna go 0-3. Belichick's gonna start off 0-3. I don't even know. We gotta go back to his Cleveland days. I think before the last time he did that shit. He's
Yeah.
gonna go 0-3. The Jets are gonna be 2-1. That's what you're telling me right now. Zach Wilson's Jets are gonna be 2-1, and New
I
England's
don't
gonna
know.
be 0-3.
Yeah, maybe.
God, his life changed.
All right, maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know. I just, I don't know. I think both
Listen, I
fucking
could be
suck.
wrong. I could be
Yeah,
wrong here.
anybody. Hey, listen, anybody can be fucking wrong. All right, we'll take that. All right, next game. Jacksonville's at home. They're -9.5 against the Houston Texans, which looks like absolute garbage again. Every year they look like shit.
I mean, CJ Stroud's been looking a little bit better, but their offensive line, man, their offensive line is just
Horrible.
right now. I mean, if you look, their receivers are getting all notoriety on fantasy, right? Tank Dell,
Yeah,
fucking Nico Collins,
he's questionable.
old man Robert Woods is back, right? So they looked okay. Jacksonville's got to bounce back though. They got to bounce back. They had KC. They didn't win that game. Trevor looked like shit. They got to bounce back. Like I said, I'm taking them in my survivor. I'm do or dying on them. So I'm in on it. Let's go.
Got to go big or go home. All right, Jacksonville. Let's go next game at Cleveland. Cleveland's -3.5 against Tennessee. I like the Titans. They play tight games, bro.
Whew. Yeah,
They're well coached too. Like I don't trust fucking Cleveland after watching them on Monday night.
I'll tell you the truth, man. I don't know if I would actually bet this game, but because we're doing a pick 'em,
I wouldn't take them.
I could roll with Tennessee. I
wouldn't really bet it.
D-Hop's supposed to be healthy for this game. They look decent. They've been playing good defense too. I think it's a low scoring game. I think it's going to be very similar to what Monday night was with the Steelers.
Could be. I'm rooting for Cleveland. That's why I don't want to bet. I'm rooting for that guy Ford. So since I got him, let's go Ford. All right, next game. Right. Detroit Lions. They're back home. They're -3.5 against Atlanta. Atlanta's been playing some close games, but I think that runs out in Detroit. I think they're gonna whoop ass, man.
So it's tough to say because what Atlanta's been doing to get to 2-0 is they've been running the ball like crazy. They run the fucking ball.
Everybody
run the fucking ball. They have Drake London and Kyle Pitts, which no one even knows who the fuck that is anymore, right?
They don't catch.
We don't know who Kyle Pitts is anymore. The guy was supposed to be the next guy at tight end, and he's absolutely nothing in the last couple of seasons. But and Drake London, when you give the kid the ball, he's fucking good. So they got to do something. They got to throw the ball to beat Detroit. That's my thing. And I don't think Bijan and all of them are going to fucking be able to just pound over Detroit. I think Detroit is decent against the run. They at least looked it, right? You know, I know it's tough to say Kansas City doesn't much of a running game. Seattle, they shut down. I mean, I know Ken Walker ran in 2 touchdowns, but he didn't really have like an explosive day. I don't know. I think Detroit has to bounce back, though. I can't see, you know, if I got to look at the scenario, do I see Atlanta going to 3-0 and Detroit going to 1-3? No, I do not. Let's just be real there. So yeah, Detroit.
I don't think so. I think I don't think I ever seen Desmond Ryder throw a fucking pass. Yeah, it gotta be fucking Detroit. All right, next game at Green Bay. They're -1.5 against the Saints. That's a weird game. That's a weird spread.
It's at Green Bay.
I'll flip the coin, man. I'd probably go with just a home team because they're home, right?
Yeah. I really feel you. I go home team there because wait, that means you're going to tell me the Saints are going to go on the road and win back-to-back games? I don't think they're there yet. They're good, but they're not there yet. Who was it that you were saying that they're running back right now?
It's going to be Jones.
Only Justice?
Jones, I picked him up in one of my leagues, but yeah, I mean, he's going to be the running back because they have nobody else. Yeah. So if they stop him, like they're going to force Carr, and Carr doesn't look that great, man. I can't believe some Giants fans wanted him. He just like, he lobs the ball off. Sometimes you're like, what is he throwing the ball to?
I mean, he's good. He's good. He's a good middle of the road average.
He's solid.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Solid like, average.
He'll win you some games. He'll lose you some games. He's going to be good. You know, he can put up some numbers. You know, he's like I would say like a hair or two below Kirk Cousins.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Kirk Cousins is a good guy. He's going to win you games. You root for Kirk Cousins.
if like if the Rams traded for him instead of Matt Stafford, I think they wouldn't have won the Super Bowl if they had Carr.
Maybe.
I think he fucks up like that much. But yeah, we got to go with Green Bay on that one. All
All
right,
right.
next game, your team. I know you're gonna take them. Buffalo. They're -6.5 in Washington.
I mean, come on. That's embarrassing. 6.5 in
That's
fucking
a key
Washington.
bet. That's a key bet.
Yeah. Are you fucking
Washington
serious?
garbage.
Fuck out of here, man. Watching that 2-0 with that fucking fake 2-0 bullshit record.
They're the trashiest 2-0 team
Oh,
I've ever
God.
seen in football.
And by the way, the whole fucking division is 2-0 except for us.
It's crazy. It's
Throw that shit out there real quick. For all that,
NFC East.
where all those NFC East haters from 2 seasons ago. Just saying.
They're long for you don't hear a peep out of them.
They ain't fucking nothing anymore with that one.
All right, this is a game. Chargers, they're in Minnesota. It's basically a pick. Minnesota just got Cam Akers as their running back. They had to do something because Madison looks like fucking trash. He don't get anything.
Ty Chandler hasn't been good for years, so really,
It's time to make him. And they made a move. I like Cam Akers. I think he's going to be okay for the Vikings. I think he gets the starting job within the next few weeks because I think he's still a good runner.
but he couldn't even fucking start in LA. It makes it easier to start.
It's something fishy about that though. I don't know.
I know it was a
Hated
little
him.
weird, but I don't know, man. He's just I don't know. Maybe he's
It's
just
weird.
a mental case. You know what I mean?
It's
I'll tell you the
weird.
truth. With this game, I will be looking forward to watching it. I will be hanging out with a friend of mine this coming Sunday for fantasy for football in general, and he's a big time Vikings fan. So it's going to be hard to not root for them. But at the same time, I really like both teams. I just do.
I know. They're
I
both
like
over
Herbert.
too.
He's my fantasy guy. Kirk Cousins, you can't say anything bad about the dude. He's such a fucking good guy. Him and his wife should get their own reality show. I mean, like, you root for these guys. Like, you
They
just
do.
do,
They
right?
do.
And
They
and
do.
the fact that the thing is here is that Minnesota fucked up week one. They shouldn't have lost that week at home. That was their big fuck up. And San Diego, LA fucked up twice.
They
The
did.
Chargers should be fucking 2-0. They should be 0-2. They put the game away with Miami. The defense couldn't hold them. And then Herbert got the ball back, couldn't come down the field and score. Same fucking scenario happened last week. So I don't know, man. Like I said, it's gonna be tough.
I'll go
And this game is tough, man. This game is tough. I'm gonna go Minnesota, and mainly because I'm watching with my buddy.
I'm doing it because I got Jefferson in all three of my leagues.
And I might have to start Jordan Addison. So yeah, let's go Vikings.
Got room for the Vikings. All right, next game. Seattle's at home. They're -5.5 against Carolina. Carolina's just not a good team. Seattle at home. You got to take Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle's gonna win.
There's no doubt about it.
If they don't fucking cover Geno Smith, go fuck yourself for fucking me up in my fucking.
I might have to take them as one of my picks. That's how confident I am in that game.
Really?
All right, next game. This is a weird game. At Kansas City, Kansas City's -12.5 against the Bears. The Bears, it's a mess. Their defensive coordinator quit out of nowhere because the FBI raided his house, probably for child porn. Allegedly. And we got Justin Fields saying his problem is because of coaching. So it's a disaster there. Now they're gonna go into Arrowhead, even though Kansas City, Mahomes hasn't been lights out because he has no receivers, and Kelsey's finally coming back from injury. So I don't think. Yeah, God, how can you not take Kansas City though? Right?
Right.
You got to take them no matter what.
I can see where you're going with this. That they don't cover the spread. They won by 10. They still won by 10. Right? They won 20-10 this week, or 27-17, let's say, and they don't cover.
I know, man. It's so like that 12.5. You're laying 12.5 points, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but I also think that this could be that game when Kansas City gets right. You know what I'm saying?
It could be.
Kelsey
came
back.
Wide receivers, Jules.
Hurt. You know what I mean? Like, look, Sky Moore stepped up a little bit. The kid Rice stepped up week one a little bit. They got Kelsey back. That's going to open things up for these guys. The biggest thing for them is that running game. Isaiah Pacheco, even though he's a Rutgers kid and root for Garden State type shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not that good. CEH is fucking garbage. And fucking McKinney's just a fucking 100 years old. You know what I mean? Like, so they're kind of lacking that. So I'm surprised they didn't go after Kareem Hunt. I'm a little surprised that they didn't fucking try to maybe bring in a Leonard Fournette. I don't know what they're doing, but you know what? I think this is a get right game for Kansas City. They always do this shit in Arrowhead. They get a bullshit team like Chicago to come in right now. That Chicago's all fucking dismantled, and they go to town and they light them up for fucking 20 points. You know what I mean?
It's just shocking to see the Bears again being that big of an underdogs. I thought they changed their ways, but apparently they
Oh,
did.
well,
It's great.
DJ Moore and Chase. DJ Moore is gonna be there, man.
It's
I'll tell
kind
you
of
what they
like
need to do, Mike. One
even
thing they
last
need
year
to
they
do:
played better.
let Roshan go, bro. They need to let that motherfucker run. All right, I got him on almost every fantasy team, with the exception of maybe like 2 out of 6 that I do not have him on. Roshan is better than what Colin Herbert and what the fuck else Devontae Foreman they got.
And
Every time they put that kid in the fucking field, he's good. Time to let Roshan roll, man. That's what the Bears need to do. All right, that's what
maybe
my fantasy team needs.
we'll see. All right, Dallas is next in line. They're 12.5 point favorites, but they're in Arizona. Um, how could Arizona withstand that defense? I don't see it. I don't see them scoring a lot of points against Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, how does Dallas not cover?
They got to destroy them, right? I mean,
Hey, come on, bro. If they don't, I'll be shocked. And I'll be like, hey, and hats off to Arizona. They had to go through the whole fucking NFC East to start the season.
it's
Holy
brutal. And they're
shit,
playing well.
come on, guys.
They're not
Yeah,
tanking. They're playing well.
they had us on the ropes until the fucking second half. They had Washington fucking on the ropes till the fourth quarter. I mean, they win every game. They win
They're
every game.
right. Everybody thinks they're tanking, but there's still grown men that are fucking playing football against other grown men. You know what I mean? It's like the talent is. It's not like they're playing a college team, so they're going to be in some games, but I just don't think it's going to be against
Nah,
Dallas.
listen, everybody's hyping Dallas to be in the Super Bowl. Listen, like I said last week, Dallas is
It
still
is.
making that point. They're trying to say that they're the best team in the NFC East, which makes them quote unquote the best team in the NFC. They want to be in the conversation with the Eagles and the 49ers. And shit, after week 1, they deserve to be. So
They
I don't
do.
see why they would slow down right now.
I can't knock them. All right, next game, Vegas. They're at home. They're playing Pittsburgh. Man, this is just a flip of the coin game. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Well, what's his name? He got a concussion. The wide receiver for Vegas. Slipping my
Devontae
mind.
Adams.
Yeah,
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams had a concussion, so he's like right now, who knows? And Pittsburgh is well coached. I think they're better coached than Vegas, so maybe I got to go Pitt.
Yeah.
Even though they look like shit, though. I don't know.
I guess does Pitt parlay their win from Monday night? I guess. I don't fucking know. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
Jimmy.
Jimmy G.
Listen, in reality, Mike, this is one of those games. Do not bet it.
They don't fucking
Unless you're up a lot of money from earlier in the day, you just want to have some fucking fun. Why
yeah,
bet this game?
because it's a 8:20 game, so on NBC. So you're probably gonna
Right,
bet it because either you're up or you're down. So you probably take
right,
action.
right. You're either chasing or you're feeling good. Like
Uh,
that's literally the only way you bet this. I do
gotta
don't.
go with Pitt, I
Yeah, you
guess.
know what? Because I got to root for Najee Harris, so let's go. Hope fucking Harris runs for 130 yards.
That's the way. All right. So now here we go. The 2 Monday night games. Phillies at Tampa Bay. Philly covered the first week. They didn't cover the second week against Minnesota. Um, man, I'm rooting for Tampa, but I don't know. I don't think they. I'm just taking Tampa because I can't bet Philly. I can't take them in my heart. I just can't do it. Even
And
though
also this too, so maybe this makes you feel slightly better. They've been like asking to get beat.
they have been
They
right.
have. Like yo, let's. I forgot who it was. I don't think it was Kendrick Bourne, but it was the other receiver that was having a big day for New England. If he gets that other foot down, Mac Jones had the right down position to fucking take the game.
That's true. Yeah.
There was one catch on fourth. The dude fucking didn't get his second foot down. That's how close New England wasn't beating them. And let's not say, yo, they listen, DeAndre Swift, I give it to them. They knew they could pound the fuck out of Minnesota's defense, and that's exactly what they did. And my God, that offensive line is one of the best in the NFL by far. And they just ran over and kept the ball out of Minnesota's head. But yo, I get the feeling if Cousins had the ball one more time, he would win that fucking game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, look, they have a great offensive line. I get it. Do you really believe in Baker Mayfield? But it is going to be in Tampa. I have no problem going with Tampa this week. I just don't.
Right.
Not the way that Philly's been playing.
I like it. Tampa it is. All right, last game at Cincinnati. Bengals, man, they're 0-2. Burrow re-injured his calf. They're still favored by 1.5 over the Rams, but the Rams have been playing good football, and it's McVay. They're well coached. I'm taking the Rams. They got Pikachu catching balls over there, man.
Oh, man.
Gotta take the Rams.
Yeah, dude. In all honesty, this is. I mean, but are the Bengals?
They're
The
done.
Bengals, the second team to beat in the AFC all of a sudden, right? That's how they've been crowned of late. Are they really going to start the season 0-3?
think they're
And
done.
I think the percentage of going 0-3 and making the playoffs is like fucking ridiculous. Like it goes down to like 20% or something. I don't know the exact one. I know 0-2 ain't favorable. So God forbid 0-3. I think Cincinnati's got to win out of desperation. I think they got to win out of desperation. I really do. I'll tell you the truth. What's the over on that? 43.5? I'd slam the over.
Yeah,
I'd slam the over in that game without a doubt.
All right,
And if
that's
you got
it.
fantasy guys, Jamar Chase and Higgins and Joe Mixon and Burrow, you play them, and Pukanuka and fucking Matt Stafford, maybe you play them too. And whoever that fucking other guy is that ran fucking Akers out of LA.
It's gonna be crazy. Well, that's it, man.
We have all the best bets in, all that kind of good shit.
All good, man. We're all good.
All right, we're all set then. Well, listen, it's just like we say, right? Football is what football is, right? Literally, like I said, Giants fans, here we are. We're sitting at 1-1, less than 24 hours away from fucking playing the 49ers in San Fran, right? Let's see what fucking happens. Look, if we get to fucking pass Seattle and we're 2-2, that's all we could have fucking asked for, to be 2-2 to go into fucking Miami and Buffalo, right? So, like, we got to put the fucking week 1 away. It's a blimp on the radar, hopefully, and hopefully we see what we saw in that second half. Like I always say, don't forget to like and subscribe at BBONYG Podcast, all right? Find us on X, Twitter, whatever the heck we call it these days. We're on Facebook. We're on fucking Spotify. We're on YouTube. We appreciate it. And listen, hopefully we come back here with some good news and some good feelings, and it's a continuation of that vibe that we had from fucking this past Sunday, and not the one we had from 2 weeks ago. But that's what this is all about. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If not, you'll catch me on fucking X going wild at like fucking 11 o'clock tomorrow at some point, freaking the fuck out for no reason. But until then, Bibbs, you ain't Batman, bitch. We'll see you next week.
2-1, go Giants.